A lot of the time we are trying to live according to our own plans. We have our own strategies, we have our own direction in life, and we have something that our goals that we're working towards. But sometimes we kind of fall out of these plans. These plans get temporarily blown up, and this is a story of how that happened for me in the last few days. I've been busking in town, playing in the city centre, and it had gone really well. I felt sort of the street opening up. I felt kind of atmosphere changing a bit, and so I was walking home from busking, feeling on top of the world, feeling full of beans and so on. I had my guitar amplifier on one shoulder. I have my stands and stuff on my other shoulder, and I have my guitar as well. And I'm toiling up the hill that I have to go up to get to my house. And halfway up it, I feel my back go. My back starts flaring up. My hip starts flaring up with pain. This has happened to me before, but it's worse this time. It's so bad that I put my amp. If I put everything down, I have to put everything down because the weight's on my spine. So I get it all down. And I'm standing there for about 10 minutes, kind of freaking out, because how am I going to get this stuff home? I can't just leave it on the street. And start kind of panicking a little bit, like I don't know how I'm going to get home with all this stuff. And I look at passers-by and wonder whether like one of them might help carry my amp home, but I'm not going to be able to walk normal speed, so I think I'm going to really hold them up. So in the end, I get my courage together and I pick up my amplifier, and I have to like cradle it like a baby in front of me. And I can only shuffle along like an 80-year-old. So I'm kind of like shuffling along, and I'm also to keep my mind calm. I'm singing hymns as well, so quite loudly. So I'm saying, "Oh Lord, my God, when I in also." So everyone must think I'm a complete nut as I'm just kind of like shuffling away, and it takes the 5 minute to get home. It takes me about like 15 minutes with stops and stuff like that. And then I get home, haul it all up the stairs and get him to my flat. But yeah, so so now my life's off track. I can't really get up. I can't bend over. I can't do this and that. The two things I learned, one my friend really came to the rescue, Clyde, because he's had a similar problem before. So he brought me like frozen peas to use as a compress, and he got me some food from Sainsbury's, and he got me some painkillers as well, and sort of came out for a while and helped me sort out the flat because I couldn't really bend down or anything. So yeah, I just really learned how important friendship is when your own life goes off track. Yeah, and the other thing I learned is that so when our life is on track, we have certain practices, we build up certain habits and stuff. So we might be worshiping every day or praying every day, and that can help develop us, and God works through that. But sometimes when our plan falls apart, we're still in God's plan, and I believe He starts working on us in a different way. So, for instance, in this case, I had to be singing the hymns in order to keep myself calm because I'm rubbish with pain. It was probably not a lot of pain for someone else to endure, but for me, it was quite scary. So, but singing hymns helped me to keep my head together, and so yeah, I think what I've learned is that even when our plan falls apart and our schedule falls apart and all of that lot, God is still working, and sometimes He'll be working in a different way through the suffering, through the frustration as we cope with it and developing our character.